Hello folks, today this is going to be another addition to our new inventory here at Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City location here in Pennsylvania. I am John Oakes and I'm going to go ahead and take you around this beautiful car that we have here sitting behind me. So what we have here, this is a 1968 Chevrolet Chevelle Ss396 Convertible. It is a true Ss396 convertible, and that makes this car a kind of a rare commodity here. They only ever made a little over 2,200 of these vehicles ever, and it sports the cal tag that has the code on it for that Ss396 convertible. So again, you're going to have kind of a rare car here if you end up actually purchasing this vehicle. Now again, as we can see here behind me, it's done here in the blue metallic paint. It does have the black stripes up over top the hood and down the rear deck lid of the car. As far as all the paint, the metal, the body, as far as being straight, body lines matching up, gaps, elevations, all of that, as we walk around, you can kind of take a look at all of that. And you can also see in our pictures also at www.hanksters.com. We'll have nice, good close-ups that you'll be able to see and inspect all of that stuff. As far as our car goes, all of the bright work, the bumpers, your emblems, the bezels around, turn signals, headlights, taillights, stuff like that, all of which is in great shape. You can see our car does have the 396 turn signal bezels here on the front fenders. We do have the wheel well trim as well. That all looks good. As far as the wheels and the tires on this car, you can see that these would be kind of your stock GM rally wheels. They are 15-inch wheels. And you can see they are complete with the beauty rings and the center caps. Now, as far as the tires go, these are going to have Cobra Radial GTs on them, 235/60/15s on the front, and 245/60/15s out on the back of the car. Again, all of which are in great shape. As we come back here to the side of our car, to the door here, you're going to see the gaps and elevations and so forth. Like I mentioned earlier there, everything all looks really good here, pretty uniform. All the alignments all look good. As far as your glass goes, that all looks good too. There's no chips or cracks or anything like that in any of the glass. All of your trim, all of your bright work and so forth around the windows are in pretty good shape. Again, this is probably almost an all original car here, so some of your trim work may show a little bit of pitting, but again, that's all original stuff there. We do have the black convertible top here, and again, the convertible top itself is in great condition. There's no rips or tears anywhere. All of your stitching and so forth is all in good condition. All of the bows are there. The rear glass, it is glass too, by the way. That is in great shape too. It is a manual top, so if you do wish to run with the top down, you can unhook it up front, peel it back, and again, it's all manual. Let's go inside. We'll take a look at the interior. Now, this is done in the correct black faux or imitation leather, as they would call it, as far as the upholstery goes. So you've got your front bucket seats, of course your rear bench, all of which have seat belts, all of the black door panels, dash, carpeting, all of that is in really good shape. It's got the SS steering wheel in it. It's got the full-length center console with the horseshoe shifter. Now, this particular car, it does have a 700R4 automatic overdrive transmission in it, and it does have the correct shift pattern on that center console, too, for that particular transmission. All of your gauges in the dash, you're going to have the 120 speedo, you're going to have the tach right in the middle, and then of course you're going to have that clock that has the multiple gauges, your oil, water, voltmeter, and fuel gauge, all right there, right in front of you. Down below that, Down knee level, basically, you're going to have an aftermarket water temperature and oil pressure gauge. And then in the dash also, you're going to see it has an AM, FM cassette player. All of your carpeting, your seat upholstery, all of which are all in good shape in this car. The other thing that we always go over is all your weather stripping and seals. Weather stripping on all the doors here, rubber bump stops, that's all in good condition. Up top here, all of your seals around the windows, down that quarter window, even your U-channel seal here, all in good condition on this car. So we'll go ahead and close our door up and we'll continue around our vehicle. Again, door shuts nice. You don't have to forcefully close it. Closes real nice and easy. Again, quarter panel, all nice and straight the whole way down the side. As we get to the rear end of our car here, of course, we have that chrome rear bumper here in great condition. Tail lights, the bezels, the bright work around them, good shape here. The actual lenses, no chips or cracks. Of course, you've got your Ss396 right in the center of your tail panel. Your dual exhaust, of course, you see that down below the bumper. And then, of course, your trunk lid here. Now, the trunk lid, you can look at your gaps and elevations, how that fits. Everything looks good. You can also look up here at that rear glass and that convertible top. Again, all of which is in great condition. We'll go ahead and open our trunk lid up, and that way we can show you the condition of the trunk floors, the underside of the trunk lid, all of that. So as we open it up, again, your trunk spring works fine. The underside of the trunk, same blue metallic as the exterior of the car. You've got your jack instructions and your spare tire and so forth here. You've got the spare tire here along with your jack underneath there also. A nice set of floor mats for in the car. You got a trunk mat also. The trunk floor itself looks to be in good shape. All of your drain plugs are in place where they should be. And then, of course, all of your weather stripping around that trunk all look to be in really good condition. Even like your rain channels and so forth here in the trunk lid, those are all good and solid and very nice condition here. So you should seal up from the outside elements just fine on this car. Trunk shuts nice and easy, and again, we already spoke of those black stripes there coming from the hood all the way to the back of the car. Around the passenger side now, again, same thing as we look down the car, super nice and straight all the way down there. Our door elevations and so forth, all very nicely done. Again, condition of the top, as we said from before, just over on this side, still in great condition. Stitching all intact, no rips or tears, looks to be in really good shape. All of our glass in good condition too, with no chips or scratches there. We do have the dual mirrors on this particular car. We had one over on the driver's side, one here. The chrome on those mirrors is in great shape. The glass in them, same thing. Even our door handles, no pitting at all on these door handles. The chrome on those is in really good shape. We'll open our passenger door up. That way you get to see the interior from both sides there, get to see the overall condition. Just always notice, again, the actual seat upholstery in great shape. Carpeting, no rips, tears, no fading that we can really see in there. And the dash pad itself is in great shape. It's not split or cracked or anything. Looks to be in really good condition. So we'll close this door. Again, that shuts nice and easy also. And then we'll work our way up to the front. As we come up here now, again, same thing with our bumper up front here. The chrome is in great shape on this. The grille itself is in great condition. The Ss396 badging here on that front grille. Just everything here, your headlights and your parking lights, I should say, down below there, all of which are in great condition. Again, you've got this Chevelle script logo up here on the header panel up front. You've got your steel SS hood here, the gaps and the elevations on that. The fitment is all in really good shape. Of course, you got your chrome trim around your tops of your fenders and the back side of the hood. The glass here in your windshield in great shape. All the trim work, the molding around it, that's in great shape too, along with nice set of wipers. And you do notice you've got the bright work there in the grills for your SS hood. We'll come up to the front here. I think it's right here. And we're going to pop our hood and show you what's underneath here next. All right. So with the hood open now, you'll notice first thing, the underside of the hood. Again, painted that same metallic blue, and you do have all the hood insulation in place. There's nothing hanging down, all in very nice condition. As far as the engine goes, you can see how well that engine looks underneath this hood here. Again, they've done a little bit of work on it as far as, you know, brightening things up in here. You've got the 396 emblem on your chrome air cleaner. You do have an Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor with the electric choke here. We've got a Weiand aluminum intake. You've got a nice set of what looks to be like ball milled valve covers there for the big block. You do notice you've got your PCV valve. You do have a breather in the other side so that everything vents properly. You do have a set of long tube headers here, dual exhaust on this car all the way back. Power brakes, they are disc all the way around. And then we do have power steering on this car also. The radiator itself is a stock style radiator with the shroud, 4-blade fan on this car. As far as the ignition goes, this is going to have an HEI distributor in it, along with a set of aftermarket spark plug wires, 8mm wires, I believe, on that. So that's just going to help, you know, your ignition, get the spark to your cylinders there a lot more efficiently. And that's pretty much it as far as the motor goes. Now, it is a 396, so I have to bring this up. It's not a numbers match 396, although this car is, as I said, a true 396 SS convertible car. It's not the original motor, but it is a 396 engine. Also, with this car, or any other car that you might be viewing on our website or on YouTube or whichever avenue that you're looking at us through on the internet there, we can always add certain things to these cars. Now, no matter what those may be, whether it might be air conditioning, whether it may be wheels and tires or something else, there's multiple things that we could do to these cars for our customers. If you choose to have something added that you don't see, then you can just very nicely give us a call, give us a text or an email. We'll be more than happy to go ahead and get you a quote for getting the actual parts and doing the install on that for you so that it's already done the way that you want it whenever you receive the car. Now, this car, as well as most of our other ones online, keep in mind that the price, the retail price, is going to include shipping anywhere within the 48 contiguous states. It also includes a powertrain warranty, 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. So if you have any questions about any of that, also just feel free to hit us up there and ask us about that. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and close the hood up on this car. We're all done with our walk around the outside. We're going to go ahead now, get this on the lift, show you the entire underside of the car, and then finally we'll fire that motor up and let you hear exactly what that 396 motor sounds like through that full dual exhaust. All right, folks, so we are now standing underneath our 1968 Chevrolet Chevelle Ss396 Convertible. We're going to go through this car from front to back, going over exactly what all we see on the underside of this car, from the condition of the frame and the floors to all the suspension, the drive line, running gear, all of that. So starting at the front of the vehicle, we can see that we do have a stock style radiator in this car, along with the plastic shroud. Right back behind us, we'll just kind of start with the drive line right now while I'm here. This motor, this is in fact a 396 cubic inch motor. Now, it is not the original numbers match motor, but it is a 396 big block nonetheless. As far as the front suspension, this whole section right here, the stock front cross member here, that all looks in good shape. Good and solid the whole way across, nice and straight. Never looks like it's been hit on anything underneath here. As far as your suspension arms, your upper and lower control arms, your A-arms, those are all just kind of a stock OEM style control arm or A-arm. All of your mounts, as far as like your bushings, ball joints, shock mounts, all of that are all in good shape. And by the way, everything is gone through here and made sure that everything is good roadworthy stuff here and checked out very strenuously. As far as the rest of the front suspension, we do have a sway bar on this particular car. That's going to help tie those two front corners together. It's going to help it with handling, cornering, all that stuff. Out here at the ends, we'll go with the brakes next. So the brakes on this car, it is a power brake car. It's disc brake on all four corners. So we'll take a look at the backs when we get there. But yes, power disc brakes, all four corners. And then as far as wheels and tires, we do have a set of GM Rally wheels on here. These are steel wheels, complete with the beauty rings and center caps. And then all four corners do have Cobra Radial GT tires on it. The sizes are 235/60 R15s on the front, and then out on back 245/60 R15s back there. As you can see also hanging down underneath here, we do have a set of long tube exhaust headers going into a full dual exhaust all the way back. And then of course we have a nice set of Flowmaster mufflers back here. And then it does have the correct style of tailpipe. It does go up over top of the rear end housing and then exits out right underneath that rear bumper, right in between the rear quarter panels and those leaf springs on the car. Now, as far as frame and floors, so what we're seeing underneath here, again, your Chevelle is a full frame car. Frame rails on this car look nice and straight, good and square all the way back here. Floors on this car actually look really good too, good and solid. I don't see any patches whatsoever. It all looks good and solid, like it's, you know, one continuous floor plan. As far as all your braces and so forth, you can see all of that is in place. Transmission cross member here, that is good and solid, nice and straight here. The actual mount at your tail shaft, that is in good condition. As far as the transmission goes, this would be a 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission, which is going to be really nice for you folks that want to get out on the highway and just do some cruising. It'll go into that overdrive gear, a nice comfortable RPM range. You'll be able to drive down the highway and enjoy this car. You can see it does have the chrome flywheel cover on there too, and that's just kind of to dress things up a little bit underneath here, and it suits the purpose that it actually protects things. It keeps any debris from coming up and possibly chipping that flywheel. As we work our way back a little further, let's go back to our oil pan on both the motor and the transmission. Dry all the way around, free from any leaks or drips that we can see, nothing down here. Even at your little drain plugs, we don't see anything there, no wetness, anything. As far as the tail shaft on the transmission, the output shaft seal where your slip yoke slides in, nice and dry all the way around there. Speaking of your drive shaft, it is a balanced unit. It is weighted, so that's going to help eliminate any kind of drive line vibrations that you might foresee with one of these vehicles. All of your fuel lines and brake lines, you can see brake lines routed along the driver's side, your fuel lines routed along the passenger side of the car, all look to be in good shape. And this does have the e-brake option on the rear brakes as well, and that's all hooked up and functional. We'll come back here to the rear suspension. Now again, one tall tale fact that you can see and check out on these cars to kind of help determine if it was a real SS, the control arms. On the SS's, they did box in the control arms to strengthen those. So that's all been done on this car as far as your lower control arms, your upper control arms up above, those all look good too. Now again, all of your bushings and mounting locations for those control arms and the rear suspension is all in good shape. Same thing with your shocks, all your bushings, mounting locations, those are all in good shape. Now as far as the rear end goes on this car, this is a GM 12-bolt rear end. It is the 8 3/4 inch ring gear inside, 373 I think gear POSI unit, in here. So again, gearing wise with the big block, it's going to make this car run really, really nice. Out at the ends here where I said about our disc brakes, even back here, these are drilled and slotted disc rotors back here. So your braking performance on this car is going to be excellent. The slots and holes, the drilled in the rotors, that's going to help keep everything nice and cool back here as far as your braking goes, so you won't have any brake fade whatsoever. Then we come back a little further. We've got our fuel tank here. Again, nice big fuel tank. For one of these cars, again, you're going to go through the fuel, so you need lots of space for your fuel. Again, it looks to be in good shape. No dents or dings underneath. All of your mounting hardware here is in good shape too. And like I said, I already mentioned about the tailpipes. Those are nicely installed, got nice bends in them there. We already went over the tires back here. Your rear frame sections, those look to be in great shape too back here. And then of course you got your chrome rear bumper back there as well. So that's pretty much it for the underside of this Ss396 convertible Chevelle here. So what we'll do now is get it down off of our lift, go underneath the hood. We'll fire that big block Chevy motor up, let you hear exactly what that sounds like, along with this dual Flowmaster exhaust.